హలో హాయ్ ఫ్రెండ్స్. ఈరోజు ఈ వీడియోలో మెకానికల్ అండ్ సివిల్కి సంబంధించిన సబ్జెక్ట్ దట్ ఈస్ స్ట్రెంత్ ఆఫ్ మెటీరియల్స్ దా సబ్జెక్ట్కి సంబంధించిన కొన్ని మల్టిపుల్ చాయిస్ క్వశ్చన్స్ అయితే చూద్దాం. ఇవి చాలా హెల్ప్ఫుల్ అవుతుందండి రాబోయే ఏడబ్ల్యూ ఎగ్జామ్ కానివ్వండి, లేదంటే పాలిటెక్నిక్ లెక్చరర్స్ కానీ ఎనీ అదర్ కాంపిటేటివ్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్ రిలేటెడ్ టు మెకానికల్ అండ్ సివిల్ చాలా హెల్ప్ అవుతుంది. సో నేను జస్ట్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ క్వశ్చన్స్ అండ్ ఆన్సర్స్ చెప్తా ఉంటా. So strength of material subject. In the first question, question number 1, a lap joint is always in dash shear. So this is question and this is a question. So options are 1, a bit single shear, double shear, both A and B, and none of these. So always remember one thing, that lap joint is always in single shear only. Single shear. Single shear is the answer for this question. And second question, a pressure vessel is said to be a thin shell when the ratio of wall thickness of the particular vessel to its dia is. So the pressure vessel is said to be a thin shell when the ratio of wall thickness of the vessel to its diameter always less than 1/10. So the ratio between wall thickness to the diameter always less than 1/10. Then only we say that is a thin cylindrical shell. This is second question. And third question, regarding columns. The columns whose slenderness ratio is less than 80 are known as dash. So if the slenderness ratio of the columns is less than the 80, then that columns are called as short columns. So if a column is having slenderness ratio as less than 80, that is 70, 60, then it is called short column. The next question is, when a bar of length L, width B, and thickness T is subjected to a pull of P, then its length, for example, the question is, when a bar is having, for example, this is a bar is having a length of L, width B, and thickness T, is subjected to a pull. When you are applying a load on this object, what about its dimensions? So when you are applying a load on that object, its length increases, width and thickness decreases. Length increases and width and thickness decreases. So this is the answer. Next, wait a second, I'll erase this. So these are the important questions already asked in previous examinations. So when you are going to the examination, please go through these type of questions, then that will very helpful to you people. And general in strength of material subject, you will get more number of questions from the subject, more questions from this subject only, this and production, especially for mechanical students. Next question, the center to center distance between two two consecutive rivets in a row is called. Question is, the center to center distance between the two consecutive rivets is called as, what is called? Pitch. It is pitch. The distance between two centers is called pitch. This is the first rivet and the next rivet, because it has given the row, so the distance from here to here is called pitch. You can call it as pitch. Okay, next. Question number, when it is indicated that a member is elastic, when it is a elastic member, it means that when force is applied, it will, what happens in that particular object, it will, what happens, it will elongate, nothing but stretch, it will stretch. Next question, so in riveted boiler joints, very important question, riveted boiler joints, all stresses, that is shearing, bearing and tensile, are based on so when in riveted boiler joints, all the stresses, those stresses are shearing, bearing and tensile stresses, are based on the size of the drilled, based on the size of the, so this is the answer. So question like, Mr. size of the rivet, size of the drilled or reamed hole, average size of the rivet and hole, smaller of the two. So the correct answer is size of the drilled or reamed hole, size or drilled reamed hole, size of the drilled or reamed hole. Just I want to erase this before going to the next problem. Next question, the transfer regarding welds, the transverse fillet welds are designed designed for. The transverse fillet welds are designed for. Options are tensile strength, compressive strength, shear strength, and bending stress. The answer is designed for tensile strength only. Designed for tensile strength. So in order to design, the transfer filler welds are designed for tensile strength only. Next. So according to Euler's column theory, Euler's column theory, the crippling load for a column strength. So we know that, just to remember this formula, pi square EI by L square. So Euler's column theory formula is pi square EI by L square. And regarding beams, so the shear force SF for a cantilever beam of length L carrying UDL of W per unit length is dash at the free end. So the shear force of the cantilever beam of length L carrying a uniformly distributed load of W per unit length. Uniformly distributed load, the starting point, the length of the beam is 0. Uniformly distributed load means the cantilever beam, one end is fixed, the other end is free. So it is subjected to a UDL. At the starting point, that value is 0. So 0 is the answer. సో ఈ వీడియో కనుక మీకు నచ్చినట్లయితే ప్లీజ్ కమెంట్ చేయండి. కమెంట్ చేస్తే ఇంకా చాలా వీడియోస్ చేయడానికి నాకు ఒక ఎంకరేజ్మెంట్ లాగా ఉంటుంది. సో థ్యాంక్ యూ ఎవ్రీవన్.